And here is the Writer's Almanac for Thursday. It's the 27th of June, 2019. It's the birthday of Alice Mcdermott, born Brooklyn, 1953, grew up on Long Island in an Irish Catholic family. She is still a practicing Catholic. She said, "It's getting a little bit more hip to be Catholic. For me, having characters who are part of a faith then allows me to talk about how that faith either works or fails them without having to attack the institution." She's been a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize for 3 of her books so far: That Night, At Weddings and Wakes, and After This. It's the birthday of the poet Lucille Clifton, born in Depew, New York, 1936. Went to Howard University on scholarship, who published her first book, Good Times, in 1969 while raising 6 children. Her opening poem in Good Times begins, "In the inner city, or like we call it, home, we think a lot about uptown and the silent nights and the houses straight as dead men and the pastel lights, and we hang on to our no place, happy to be alive." And it was on this day in 1844, Joseph Smith, Jr., the founder of the Mormon Church, was killed by a mob in Carthage, Illinois. 21 years before, he had been visited, he said, by an angel named Moroni, who directed him to gold plates buried in the woods on which were written the history of the Israelites, which he translated with the help of 2 seer stones. And so he wrote the Book of Mormon. He and his supporters headed west through Ohio to Missouri and then to Illinois, where they ran into trouble, and he was put in jail in Carthage, where 200 men one night broke into the jail and shot Smith and his brother Hiram to death. It's the birthday of Helen Keller, born Tuscumbia, Alabama, 1880, came sick as a little girl with an illness that left her blind and deaf. Went off to Radcliffe College, became a celebrity, became a popular lecturer, also became a radical. She joined the Socialist Party and then the Industrial Workers of the World. She supported Communist Russia, hung a red flag over her desk. The FBI opened a file on her, and she helped found the American Civil Liberties Union. Died in 1968 at the age of 87. Helen Keller, who said, "No one has ever given me a good reason why we should obey unjust laws." It's the birthday of the writer and activist Grace Lee Boggs, born in Providence, 1915. Her parents were immigrants from Guangdong province in China. Her father ran a Chinese restaurant in downtown Providence. She grew up in a tiny apartment above the restaurant. She remembered being a young girl crying in the apartment and hearing the waiters in the restaurant suggest to her parents that she be left outside to die, since she was a girl. She got a scholarship to Barnard, studied philosophy, got her PhD at Bryn Mawr, went to Chicago, became a community organizer there. Here's a poem by Dana Gioia, "Pity the Beautiful." Pity the beautiful, the dolls and the dishes, the babes with big daddies granting their wishes. Pity the pretty boys, the hunks, and Apollos, the golden lads, whom success always follows. The hotties, the knockouts, the 10s out of 10, the drop-dead gorgeous, the great leading men. Pity the faded, the bloated, the blousy, the paunchy Adonis whose luck's gone lousy. Pity the gods, no longer divine. Pity the night, the stars lose their shine. Dana Gioia's poem, Pity the Beautiful, from 99 Poems New and Selected, published by Grey Wolf Press and used by permission here on the Writer's Almanac. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.